Race number 7's a good field upcoming here, and we run the 1650 metre Class 3 at 10:15 local. Fiery Diamond first time at the trip. Perfect Team's coming back from the 2000 metres. We've got Adafil raced wide his last 3, won 2 of them and goes to 1650 for the first time. Viva Hunter won over the distance at Happy Valley last start, gets an extra £8 for it. We've got Can't Go Wrong with the Cheek Pieces and the Tongue Tie both going back on. Bear Slam in 3 starts has gone David Hall, Richard Gibson, now Michael Chang. Sky Supreme's a 5-time course and distance winner. And yes, We Can has missed top 4 once in 10 starts this season, Nick.
He's been very consistent, hasn't he? Sky Supreme, though, is definitely, I think it's sort of a theme throughout the course of the night, isn't it? That there are some real dyed-in-the-wall leaders, and this is one of them. He does like to go forward. That's the only way he really has it going. Fiery Diamond, he has led in the past, but he has drawn 9 here, so he'll have to come across a few. Eremo might just sit that bit closer. He did last time in a small field. Viva Hunter should be up there on the premises. Adafil, interesting horse going up and tripping. The aforementioned Yes We Can, I think, will be pocketed away with plenty of cover, Paul.
Yeah, I think he'll get a nice enough run. Horses, Maldives is drawn wide. He's going to have to go back. Atomic Beauty, Perfect Team likewise. And as you say, Bear Slam, he's got another new stable.
He does indeed. But Nick is where we're going to start, not with his selections or his thoughts. An interview with Sha Tin.
Sha Tin. Sadly, Adafil's winning run on the all-weather did come to an end last time, but he ran well in defeat nevertheless. What was your take on the performance?
You know, Nicky, I thought he ran a good race last time, even you know, he did not win the race. He's a horse that's been progressing throughout the grade, and you know, he's been running with stronger horses. And I thought last time the winner was a very decent horse, and you know, I think we were still very happy with the run. But I think at this moment we think, you know, stepping him up 1650 might be a better race for him.
Yeah, that leads me on nicely to my next question. Of course, he is going up in trip 1200 to 1650. Do you think now he's sort of done his job at this stage over 6 furlongs, and that maybe the extra trip is what he's been wanting?
Yeah, you know, looking back at all his winners, I've always sort of, you know, have to work on him, and you know, because of his ability that he was able to win the races. But now when he's getting towards getting more weight and getting with stronger horses, he can't keep doing it all the time. So I think it's the right time to put him in this distance.
And I guess from a sort of a pace, a speed map perspective, a good strong pace would suit him, because as you say, he does let down quite nicely at the end of a race.
Yeah, if the race runs a strong tempo, that will suit him. It's going to make it hard from the draw, but he's got some nice speed that he can come over and get himself into a handy position. But yeah, if the race run a true run race, I think he'll finish strongly.
Karis on Adafil. First replay, Nick, features Eremo running second. This was his first look at the surface too. Sky Supreme, you know what you get with him, and pretty much the same with Yes We Can.
Absolutely. Look, I mean, let's start with Eremo, shall we? I mean, he's obviously very lightly raced on the dirt, just the one run. I thought he acquitted himself well. Noticeably in this performance, he was sort of vigorously ridden at the 600, but he has responded. So I don't think anything happens overly quickly with him, Paul. But he clearly has handled the surface well, and he's chased a runaway winner, and he was comfortably clear of the third horse.
He was. He went really well, and he can be a bit of a monkey, this horse. He can switch off in the mornings and play up. Yes We Can, so consistent without winning in this grade as well. So I think he's going to have to have his opportunity in this as well.
Gets in with another lightweight as Yes We Can. You've always had a bit of time for Viva Hunter, Paul.
Yeah, I do, and look, I like him on the surface. He's going to get the perfect run from barrier number 2. There's a couple of queries on some of these other horses over the 1650s, like Fiery Diamond and Adafil stepping up, but there's none with Viva Hunter over the 1650. He's a real tough horse, this one. So, look, yeah, I like him here from barrier 2.
Yeah, look, 1650 turf, he's operated, of course, and obviously all weather, he's yet to win one, but he was placed over the course and distance. So look, it's a valid point. This is his trip.
How do you assess Fiery Diamond in this race, Nick? We know he likes the all weather, but the 1650.
Yeah, look, interesting move that they've stepped up. Look, it might be, I mean, there probably are ample opportunities, but maybe they feel a bit like Adafil, that they can try and maybe, you know, eke out that little bit of improvement needed to continue in form by going up in trip. 66 days since we last saw him. He has won fresh in the past, so he's not too badly placed, but he's gone up 24 pounds this season, Paul, and I'm not sure how much juice is left in the orange.
Yeah, got to carry a reasonably big weight, and he also 1650 for the first time, so there's a lot of queries for me with him.
keep a watch on Fiery Diamond and see how he goes this week. Maybe. What are the top four?
I'm going to go with Viva Hunter. Now, he did run second over the course and distance behind Chang Ching Prince, which is pretty good form earlier this season. So the surface and the distance from barrier 2, Matthew Chadwick rode him on that occasion, and we'll ride him once again. Yes, we can with the lightweight. Adderfull, just look, the thing Adderfull is a very classy horse, but you look at his last 3 starts, tough run, tough run, tough run, and up to 1650 from 11. That's just a little query, but he could blow them away. And then Eremo, as Nick said, was a really good run from Eremo on the surface for the first time. It's a good race, this one. It's wide open too. 5, 14, 4 and 3.
Yeah, it's a cracking race, all right. And, look, I'm going to go with Adderfull here. Look, I'm probably a little bit surprised I haven't tried him over 1650 sooner, because he gives you that impression that it will suit him. But as Paul touched upon, he's not got all the favours here, but with a good pace in prospect, I think they might just take their time with him here, and they know that he can finish off strongly, so they've got extra distance to work with. Eremo in for second, handled himself well on the surface. He should run a big race. Maldives, he's a bit of a quirky individual, but Zach Purton knows him really well. He's also drawn wide, but if he gets plenty of cover, he has run well on the surface in the past. And Viva Hunter, again, as mentioned, he's pretty honest. He goes well on the dirt, and he was a last start winner. 4, 3, 8 and 5.
That is all of the information for race number 7, and the punters, they agree with Nick early because Adderfull's come up the 5.1 favourite.